Hey, welcome to the podcast. Just letting you know that there could be swearing and or graphic material. I don't know which ones. Listen at your own risk.
From day one, you fought for your life, and you blew everyone away.
Hello.
Hi. Hello. Whoops.
Hi. Whoopsie. Hi. Welcome to the show.
I'm Alisha.
I'm Jesse.
And we are.
Changing the chances.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Or welcome if you're a first-time listener just popping on in.
Gosh, I just can't imagine.
Hold on though. We have news. We have news. Think about it. It's been a whole year.
You just totally sidetracked me.
Sorry. But I'm so excited. It's been a whole year.
I was just trying to say, if you're coming into the show at like a year in.
I know, but it's way more exciting to be excited about a year. So just like saying it like it's nothing.
Well, I don't know. I got steamrolled, so
Hey, you know what? You steamroll me all the time, so.
This is a family show, Alicia.
Oh my gosh. We're not talking about that. Lord. Good gravy, Miss Daisy.
Actually, I just wanted to say that I love you and Piper so very much. Like, I'm just putting that out there. Somebody hit me up today, and I haven't talked to this dude in like a long time. And
keep the details vague.
Very, very vague.
Thank you.
And just going through some really, really, really rough shit. So yeah, I just love you and Piper so much. just got to put that out there.
Well, I love you too. And I am 90% sure Piper does also. Let's be honest, I can't be 100% sure because I do not know what's going on in her head.
I would like to think that there's nothing that would deter me from being a good dad and a good husband. But, things can happen.
Things can happen.
But I just really feel for this guy, and I kind of know, not necessarily like firsthand, but kind of firsthand. It's weird. I don't want to get into details, but yes, I just love you and Piper so very much.
Well, that was a very sweet way to start this episode.
You're welcome.
And thank you.
So yeah, anyway, we thought we would cover
Well, I mean, yes, we have reached a year. That's the time we're recording. It will come out a week later than actually a year. But it has been a full year as we have officially put this podcast out into the world for people's ears to consume.
And we've gotten some really good positive feedback.
We actually have.
Which,
I mean, 90% of the people we know, but
even I don't care. Even if there's like one person in the middle of like, the Panama Canal or whatever that listens to us on some like weird radio or something, and it's somebody's like grandma that's stuck listening to us.
Oh my, poor grandma.
Like, here, shut up, grandma. Listen to these weirdos. But no, I think it's great. We've had such a fun and great time doing it. And we just want to say thank you to all of our listeners. We've actually grown from what our producers told us. Like we've
actually hit a few countries, which is awesome.
Which is very awesome. Like, honestly, if one of you guys gets anything out of this as a positive note, it's a win for us.
Honestly. From all the people who say that they just smile when they hear Piper talking in the background, I consider that a win. I have put a smile on your face, which technically I haven't. Piper has, but
we contributed because if it wasn't for us, she wouldn't be here.
Agreed.
So,
on all levels. If it wasn't for us, she wouldn't be here on all levels.
Exactly.
I mean, and doctors and nurses and all that lovely stuff, but
No. It all starts with us.
It does.
You and I.
It really does.
This beautiful, we have no idea when she was consummated, but this beautiful night Two people that love one another.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Anyways, so today actually...
You can tell everybody? What do you have to say?
Say nothing if you want me to talk. That's not how I roll.
Oh no, she's making sounds, moving her arm. I don't think she quite understands the concept of like recording.
No.
But,
yeah, that's it. That's a whole thing.
Yeah, it is. It's a big thing.
But she does get excited when we come down here. She knows exactly when I say we're going to do the podcast and I say that Uncle Max is coming over. She gets all excited. She knows. She understands all that.
100%.
She's like, great, you're going to stick me in a chair and you guys are going to talk for an hour.
But yeah, she understands that aspect of it. I don't think she gets like the recording aspect of what's going on, like the actual podcast itself.
But it's also funny is because I do listen to it before it goes public because, I don't edit it. So I get to get an edited version to make sure it's all good. And I do listen to it with her. So when she hears herself, she does get excited.
Yes. Yep. I have seen that many a time. She thinks it's funny.
So that's adorable.
So we thought we would just kind of go over and cover prepping for winter. Winter is coming.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
If you know, you know.
If you don't know, you don't know. Piper usually has rough winters. Let's just put that out there from pretty much like December through April.
You just really never know what's going to happen.
You
just have no idea what's going to happen.
Even with COVID being around still, we were already ahead of the curve when COVID came. Like we already had the hand sanitizer and, the hospital grade stuff and everything. But just for those purposes, because Piper does struggle in the winter months.
And the thing is, as the people that we are, like, I understand that Piper is more susceptible to becoming very sick a lot easier than most children her age. I do understand that as her parent, but I also understand that being exposed to germs and stuff is also important to help continue to build her immunity, to be stronger. So we try to walk this line, I think. You could disagree.
Because yes, you and I are both in agreement. Like, we don't want to put her in a bubble because she does need to build an immune system.
Which she has. I mean, she does have
No. She's
one.
not like, but she is compromised. Bottom line, that's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Even because of all of her issues that she has. I mean, her brain bleeds, her neck, like everything, all of that already puts her at a disadvantage. So yeah, I think with her, it's not so much that she's like compromised, like an immune compromised.
It's
just that she, like
sometimes she just can't quite fight something off.
Because it always feels like her little body's constantly dealing with something. Yeah. And
it's
I don't
basically,
know if we've covered
I feel like
it or
it's
not,
already fighting itself,
it
let
is.
alone
exactly
trying to like,
Because the last time she got really sick, and she always gets really sick, the last couple times, she has...
Sorry, look at that face. Let me slap.
It's funny because she asked you if it was on silent too.
And I turned the volume all the way down.
We had a whole conversation about putting his phone on silence, and he said, I'll do what I want. I gave him a look. Then he said he turned it off, and here it is.
I did. I put the volume all the way down. So now I have literally powered down my phone because I did. I put the volume all the way to 0. It was muted. I don't know why.
Oh my God. Oh. Well, this has to go in the podcast because it's way too funny not to go on the podcast.
That should not have happened. I did. I turned the volume all the way the fuck down. That's why when you asked me, that's why I said what I said. Like, I was being a smartass because I had already turned the volume all the way down.
The question is, though, because on these new phones, it could have been the ringtone volume, not actually the volume. So your message volume doesn't actually go down.
I was going to say maybe it's the notification
You actually
volume.
have to like hit the...
Yeah. Whatever. Stupid.
Anyway.
Whatever. Grr.
Good times. Good times. Welcome to our lives.
Totally lost where my train of thought was now.
That's fair, because I don't remember where it was at because it was too freaking good. Sorry.
Anyway, so gosh,
But,
now I'm just,
yes,
I'm
so-
like flustered.
I'm sorry. I know. It
Like,
sucks.
what the
It sucks to be flustered, right? Whew. But yeah, so being Piper's parents, we understand that it does take longer, but we do believe that germs are important. You know what? They help you build immunity.
Yeah, like we don't try to keep her in a bubble.
Yes.
She does have issues. Like things tend to hit her harder. Like if
They can, and they can last longer.
yeah, they usually tend to last a little longer.
Yeah.
I don't say like we do try to keep her like, especially like with this whole COVID thing and whatnot, just because some things do hit her harder, especially respiratory, because she can't hawk that.
Right.
She can't hawk that crap out.
Respiratory is hard.
It's really hard,
very
and with
hard,
COVID
yeah.
being a respiratory infection,
Yeah.
we were a little more worried about that as opposed to like when stomach bugs are going around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Before COVID, we were already kind of doing that. Like, you know what? Oh, it's RSV season. Let's kind of keep our distance.
Yeah.
Things like
we've
that.
always like,
And we've
kept
always
her-
had to be mindful of the seasons and
Yeah,
germs
yeah.
and things like that ever since she came home. Like they wouldn't even let us bring her home until you and I got our whooping cough vaccinations. Like you have to have these before we'll release her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Shit. Like that makes total sense.
Like whatever.
Like had her and Caleb been typical births and you had gone in like, hey, I'm feeling contractions and stuff, whatever. And everything had been a little bit more normal. It would have been like, oh, great, cool. Let's sew you back together and send you home with your twins. Like, but since
we just had a different experience.
we had a different experience.
Yes.
And she spent 6 months up in a children's hospital under, NICU and primary care and stuff like that. So it's like, you guys really have to do this first. Like that's, we have to put this in place. Just like how Piper had to be 5 pounds and sustain it.
Yeah.
Like not just hit it, but like
hit
it and
it's just
keep
like
it.
we have talked about just a little bit. I don't want to talk too much about it, but like just the differences about us going home and a typical baby going home. We just had different standards we had to meet as opposed to a typical baby, which we did not have. So I don't actually know, but I feel like, given what I know, is they pretty much just say, as long as everything looks good, goodbye, have good
Pretty
job.
much.
Like,
like baby's breathing good, vitals are good, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Mom looks good, no internal bleeding, nothing like that.
you'd be
Like,
great. Bye.
You're good. Bye. Here
Yeah.
you go. Send you on your way. Like
Usually,
within 24 to 48 hours.
but maybe we'll talk about the other stuff. Yeah.
But
Anyways.
it's trying to prep because I think it also falls under that just anxiety that we've spoken and touched base on, in previous episodes.
Yes,
Because
we did.
I already know, like the seasons are already changing. We're already in fall and I'm already getting anxious.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny.
That's like the only word I can think about.
Well, that's what it is. Yeah. And I did have a conversation with somebody just talking about like doing things later in the year, like November and December. And I pretty much was like, we don't tend to plan things that far ahead purely because one, the seasons are changing and people are sick, and we don't go around people who are sick. Obviously you can be sick and not display symptoms, and that happens.
Yes.
That happens. But if like you're not feeling well, I don't want to be around you.
Yeah,
Even if it just
you are
feels like a
openly
cold.
unwell, even if just a cold, it's like, please.
Which
just
we do. We still send her to school, and kids are germ factories, and we know, and it's a thing. But she loves school, and I want her to enjoy it as much as she possibly can. And I understand that runs the risk that she's going to get sick. I understand
and that's
that.
the thing is, like that's, and we've discussed this also. That's the goal this year, is for her to make a complete year.
Yes.
And with that being said, whatever we really need to do as far as putting things in place, you know, to keep her in school, because like you just said, schools, unfortunately, children are breeding grounds for germs.
They
just
are.
how it is.
Yeah.
Bottom line, we were all kids.
Yep.
We were all gross.
Yep.
But for Piper, I don't want to, okay, well, it's that time of year. Guess what? You're done at school. Like, no way in hell do I want to take that from her. She loves going to
that's
school.
the thing, though, too, is I think we've, you know, you take the time to weigh, like the pros and cons. Like, it's way more important for her to be there and experience everything she can while she can.
I'd rather her have those
Because
experiences than
that's
be
what she
locked
loves.
here in the house in
Second
a
of
dang
all,
dungeon.
If we haven't learned anything having Piper, it's when she's home, not seeing people, she gets sick anyway. So, we might as well just let her go out into the world and enjoy it while she can.
Even when you were furloughed and it was just you and her.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And I was the only one working, and I was still I was masking up. I was using...
But that wasn't a sickness she could have got from anybody.
No.
But she still,
it's like, how do you get sick, like hospital sick, and you're only around mom and dad?
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what falls back of, like, I could have been a carrier. You could have been a carrier.
Yeah.
And we were able to fight it off.
Yeah.
And she wasn't.
But again, during that time, it was nothing anybody gave her. It wasn't anything. It was something she had. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Nobody could have gave that to her. It doesn't matter.
But yeah, regardless, if she's going to get sick, she's going to get sick.
I know. At this point, it just proves you can lock me away or not. Either way, I'm probably going to end up in the hospital if that's where I'm going to end up. It's so.
Does it suck? Yes, but
100
we will do whatever we
%.
can to keep her in school as long as we can, because she does absolutely love it.
Yeah.
She loves interacting with her classmates. She loves all of that stuff.
Yeah. But even though we do believe shit happens, we live life, that's what we do. We do tend to take, we do tend to take precautions on a level.
Yes.
I definitely have become the mom of hand sanitizer. There's some on her backpack. There's some in the car.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Because Piper sticks her hands in her mouth all the time. And I'm not going to be 100% vigilant. But, if we are out in public and somebody touches her hand, I can spray her hand with hand sanitizer, call it a day, and at least maybe...
I feel a little better about it.
Right?
We at least tried.
Whether or not it's
like when we went to Red Lobster for my birthday and she was slapping that lobster.
Oh my God. We did sanitize her hands after that.
Sanitize her hand instantly after. It's like, that thing's gross. It's in water and
who knows what's
exactly. Mm-hmm. So yes, sanitize the hand. Was an experience? Great. She got to slap a lobster. Super cool. Not even going to lie. But you hand sanitize after something like that.
And we always, the people closest to us all know, if you're sick, just let me know. And maybe we just won't be around each other for a little bit.
Most of the people that are closest to us will be very forthcoming. I know my mom is. She is like, oh no, I got a cough. Yesterday I started coughing and she's like, I don't know if it's my fibromyalgia, if it's just the weather, what the deal is. I don't even want to be around Piper. So don't come see me this weekend.
Yeah.
Or,
that's what I said.
Or even saying one of my brothers, hey, one of your brothers are sick here at the house. They've been here. Mm-hmm. Don't, which I think is amazing. I love absolutely and I think they're not doing it for me and they're not doing it for you. They're doing it for her.
Yeah.
Because I
think that also just proves how close and how great, maybe that's not a nice thing to say, our family is. Because because
your mom and dad are the exact same way. You know what? We'd love to see you guys.
This is happening.
But we hung out with some people and they were sick. So maybe give us a few days. Let's
make sure that we're not.
Let's make sure that we're not sick.
Yeah.
Which I absolutely love. Your mom has done that on numerous occasions. Hey, we went and hung out with some friends. Guess what? They just tested positive for COVID. You guys don't want to come over here and have brunch or anything. You guys just stay home.
I've gone to my parents' house and my dad put himself in the basement. He was like, nah, I think I have the sniffles. I don't know. I would rather not. I would just rather not. I'll just sit in the basement. It's fine.
Nobody wants to be that person.
I know.
That gets her sick.
Because it makes you feel like garbage.
It's like
It makes you
what
feel
was
like
it, like
garbage.
2019, 2020 when I got super sick as
That was
hell?
2019, yeah.
And then she
You
got it.
the flu.
Yeah, I got the flu, and then she got it.
She had 2 hospital stays back to back. It
I
was the most
felt-
ridiculous thing ever.
I felt so bad. Like
Oh.
I had just come back from death, and then
Which is funny
there
because
goes Piper.
you got the flu and you were death. It was crazy. Piper got the flu. It did put her in the hospital, but I still think you were way worse than Piper was.
Oh, like 102, 103 for 2
And
days.
I was around both of you, and I still sat in the hospital and was fine.
Yeah, like
Somehow
I couldn't keep down
just
Gatorade,
like missed
soup,
that one.
nothing. Like my mom was the same way. It was like her, Papa Joe, and both.
Oh no,
my-
when her whole house
Yeah,
got COVID. And
everybody in the entire house
Yeah.
was like sick as hell with COVID.
Mhm.
The entire house, and nothing, no big deal. Not
Mm.
like, and
There's just no rhyme or reason.
like, are you
I
kidding?
sometimes feel like whatever. But so yes, we do have a great support system and great people who we surround ourselves with that understand, like, you know, as much as I want to see you or as much as I want to be around you, if you're sick, it's just better for us not to do that
Yeah.
right now. Something else we implement, not that many people come to our house, if I'm just being completely honest, because we would have to know lots of people for that to matter, but
We don't get many visitors.
but in those months, we definitely are those people who require hand washing or sanitizer when you come in the door. You're right. That may or may not stop something from spreading because obviously you can cough and all that stuff. But
You know what?
it's one
you
of those.
can do what you can do.
It is one of those little things that I feel help.
We can control that. We
Yes,
can at least
yes.
try. Like, hey, we've
Right?
got this little this bottle right here as you come in with hand
Like
sanitizer.
it takes you
2 pumps. There you go. It takes 10 seconds. Rub it in. You're fine.
right.
That's all I ask.
Yeah.
Like, I get people sneeze. People
Let's like
cough,
just like
whatever.
minimize. I'm not saying
But-
it's gonna get rid of anything. But let's like
Who
minimize.
knows what you just touched? Like
Yeah.
your steering wheel, the door outside. Like, it's whatever we can do to minimize it.
Yeah.
Granted,
so we
like I
do
said,
that.
we do not put Piper in a bubble. We do take her out and do things as much as we can,
Mhm.
but we just know that this time of year is
Yeah.
brutal. From like December to April are like the worst.
Oh yeah.
Piper, it seems like, is always sick between December
I know.
and April.
I know.
Like, it
Always.
doesn't matter what we do, and it just varies.
And again, when we
in,
say
like,
it doesn't matter what
intensity.
we do, it's very true. Because like you said, there have been several times, if you've been around and listened, that we have been quarantined to our house and not seeing anybody. And she's become the sickest she's ever been. So
Yeah.
it just proves that for us, it's like, what's it, we're just going to let her live life and enjoy it as much as she possibly can. And also be
'Cause,
safe about
we can't
it.
live in fear.
Agreed. And she needs
am I
to
afraid
live
that
life.
she's going to get sick and things like that? Yes. Can we try and do things to help prevent major sicknesses? Yes. Doesn't mean we have to prevent her from living life. That's why my goal this year is to legitly
my
keep her in
gosh.
in school all year long.
I
all year.
know. I
I think she would enjoy it. I think her classmates would enjoy it. But it's hard because kids spread germs.
I know.
Teachers, unknowingly, it just is what it is
I
because
know.
it gets cold.
Because welcome.
Just
welcome.
Viruses and stuff
Mm.
are easier to breed.
They
That's just
are.
what it is.
Those damn cold climates.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it has brought on a little bit of anxiety because I know once September hits, we're like just right there because
You're
between
on the cusp.
yeah, between September through November, it's that like back and forth. Oh, it's like crisp and cool in the mornings. It can still be decent during the day and cold at night.
Yeah.
The cold season's kind of starting up, and by December, it's like, dude, don't talk to me. You look like you're sick. Don't even
Oh
don't
my
even come
gosh.
over here.
And that is also true. As an adult, for me, I have just like learned to keep my distance from people who don't look well.
Yeah, I had an individual at work. There was an issue with people being sick or something, and it was just kind of like, well, can you can you put on a mask or something? Like,
or, just don't come next to me.
yeah,
I can
like,
hear you from over there. It's fine.
You walked like right up onto me. Hey, kiddo.
And apparently somebody is having a party.
Well, we did watch football today.
Oh, man. Piper is Jesse's football buddy.
We watched football today. It came in crystal clear. We had no issues. And that is what I got. Not in the first quarter. The first quarter was kind of slow, so I didn't get much.
She only likes excitement, okay?
Oh, I know. But
if it's a boring game, she don't care.
But by the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter, it got good. And I was hooting and hollering, and that's what I get. That's how she joins in. She man, it's the best.
I love it. Whether you're winning or losing, as long as there's commotion, this is.
Oh, yeah. If I'm like yelling because, who I'm rooting for had a bad play or something, she thinks it's funny. If I'm yelling because we're having a good play, she's yelling and laughing because she's having a good time.
Yeah. Oh, it's the best.
It is.
As most of our avid listeners know, it's the best. I'm pretty sure that's what they come back for. They're like, are we going to hear Piper's excitement in the background?
Oh, I know. That like
they're not coming back for me.
That like 2 episodes that we had where she wasn't here. It's like, what did you guys do to Piper? We can't hear Piper. What's going on with Piper?
That didn't go well.
No, that did not go
well.
It's like,
excuse me.
Well.
Excuse me. This is not what I signed up for.
The star of the show needs to come back. That's what needs to happen. But
so, yeah, I think we were just talking about winter and the fact that I think everybody should do what they need to do, what's right for them. For us personally and our experience and our child, we don't make her live in a bubble because we think that she needs to just live life and enjoy it. But we do the little things like sanitize often. And I do.
Well, and try to keep her hand. That's probably one of our biggest, is trying to keep her hand sanitized because she does
stick them in her mouth.
She chews on her hand. Like right now, she's got a big giant sore on her hand just from chewing on it, and it's already dried out and cracking. I'm like, gosh, it's only going to get worse. Like, we're not even in winter.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like the biggest. And whether it's something that she can continuously control, so it's more or less like a tick or whatever, regardless, that's like the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Keep her hand sanitized as best we can.
Because she's not sticking things in her mouth other than her hand.
Oh, no. No. Even if you put something on her hand, like you put peanut butter or jelly or anything on her hand.
Oh, yeah, no. She's like, no.
That's like a deterrent. You can put.
So she just have to live with peanut butter on her hand? And then she'll just wipe it in her hair.
I'm like, no, because then that turns into a problem.
So there's just no winning solution. Got it. I know.
I'm like, because if you put like a glove or something on her, she just gets.
Well, that's not true. We do send her to school with her hand brace on, which doesn't, I think we talked about.
Well, it doesn't like fully cover her hand.
Or I thought about? I don't know.
We've mentioned it. But yeah, it's a deterrent. It's a deterrent.
Yeah.
She will eventually just say the hell with it and chew on her hand anyway.
Yeah.
Which at that point,
she is.
It's okay. After a couple of days of that, you have to wash it because it's gross and stinks. And you're like, dear goodness, child, what's going on?
But it's what we signed up for. She is our child. I couldn't expect another kid. Like, she is stubborn and she is strong-willed and
Which means we pretty much didn't stand a chance. Ha 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 ha.
Were you trying to do the drum thing?
I was.
Isn't it?
I'm not adding it.
Oh, come on, Max.
What a party pooper.
Jeez.
Gosh.
What the hell?
Dude, I want sound effects.
No.
I'm trying to get it next level.
I really, first of all, I really enjoy, this is sidetrack, by the way. I really enjoy doing this podcast.
Why would that be new?
With you. Because I think that we have an interesting banter sometimes.
I have been told that.
Yeah. I think people tend to enjoy it, though.
I'm like, I have been told that.
Because it's like we very much love each other, but give each other shit all at the same time. And it's fantastic. I don't know.
Isn't that what friends do?
I mean,
you're still my best friend after all these years.
I mean, you're my best friend.
Good, because I don't have anybody else.
Well, I mean, that doesn't have anything to do with you being my best friend, does it?
No. I meant like good that whatever.
But I am so glad that you want to do this with me because I enjoy it, by the way. Because I don't think I could talk by myself on these things. Because, you know, sometimes I need a break because I cry. And it's great for you to step in and take over.
I'm sure that if that was the case, then Maxwell could just play like some elevator music for a couple
Or
minutes.
he would just cut it out.
Or just, yeah, maybe cut it out.
But it's also nice because Max is my brother and our producer. So I get to see him once a week. Usually. Obviously, we've missed some weeks
Yes.
because...
That just happens. Life happens.
Yeah. So actually, I really enjoy this. It's been nice.
Yeah.
Like, brings us together.
I
We
have
a good
enjoyed it
time.
myself.
We might miss a week coming up in the future, though.
What is that?
Birthday brunch is coming.
Well, it just gives us something to cover because Piper is right there in the thick of it all.
I mean, true. We'll see. I mean, I won't know till it gets here because I can't predict the future. Who knew? I couldn't predict the future.
Yeah, I threw that out the window when you called me and was explaining that something was going wrong with your pregnancy.
I would never do that. What are you talking about?
If you could predict the future, you would have driven yourself there long before anything started going wrong.
That's
And
very
been like
true.
just waiting. And something's going wrong right now. Hey, guess what? I'm here already. Hi.
Oh my goodness. No. Yeah. I don't know. It's a whole thing. Anyways. Is that it? Is there anything else you want to say? That we were preparing for the winter?
No, just, I think that with it being our 1 year anniversary, I just want to say thanks to everybody that listens.
Thanks
we
to
appreciate everybody.
who listens. That is
Yes,
like
100%. You guys rock.
when I get comments, I don't even care if they're from family or friends. When somebody like acknowledges that they listen, just
Yeah.
melts my heart a little bit and makes me want to cry because that's who I am.
One of the guys that I work with got to meet Piper, and he did tell me, he's like, dude, little girl's pretty adorable, man. Like
the guy that she did not acknowledge at all.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Can
Can I just point something? Oh, sorry, I don't want to take off.
go for it.
Point something out when he met her that brought up some like thoughts or feelings or I don't know, whatever you want to call them.
Sure.
Okay, so this is the thing I noticed about introducing Piper to people. First of all, I want to introduce Piper to everybody because I think she's an amazing human being. I think most parents feel that way about their kids. But anyways, I think she's an amazing human being and everybody should meet her because she's awesome and a ray of sunshine. But the hard part about introducing Piper to people is because I know she's a ray of sunshine and she's amazing and has this amazing, beautiful personality, but she doesn't always show that to people.
Yes.
You introduce her and sometimes she's like, I don't give a fuck who you are. You could be a wall right now.
Yes.
And that's hard only because, like, again, as her
A
parent,
lot
I
of-
understand, like, how beautiful she is.
Yes. 100%. But he did tell me. He's like, she's super cute. She's adorable. And
I won't fight you on that because she's amazing.
He did ask because he's like, his dad or he has like this much experience, like just the littlest of experience with anybody with any kind of like serious disabilities like Piper.
Okay.
So he's like, I'm not trying to sound ignorant. I don't know. And I said, dude, I would rather you ask me questions and let me educate you as best as I can.
Yeah.
Than you not say anything at all. And he's like, oh, cool. Right on. He goes, so what is that like? Don't take this the wrong way, but is that normal? And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, how she was acting or being. And I said, oh yeah. I said, that is like what we call baseline, how she acts. Because you also showed me and him a video of you asking Piper if she
I don't
wanted.
know if he actually saw it.
No,
but...
he did.
Oh, okay.
He saw it 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how she was in the video, because he had asked me, he goes, she looked totally different in the video.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, because Piper's very much like in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You ask her, hey, do you want to go and see dad at work? he should be on lunch. Boom. And she gets excited because, hey, we're going to go for a ride and we're going to go see Dad.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gets here and it's like, I'm over the ride and I don't care that I came to see Dad.
Yeah.
She's in the moment.
Yeah.
Like,
it took too long to get here. Then we had to wait for him, and now I'm bored.
yes. And so I told him, I said, both of those are legit.
And then you introduced me to somebody new, and I don't care.
Yeah. And
yeah.
for that reason, she can totally acknowledge you if she's feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Or she's just done and she doesn't care. I said, dude,
Yeah.
she didn't even care that it was me. She was coming to see me. She got excited when my wife said, hey, do you want to go see Dad? And then I got there and she didn't even care that I was there.
Yeah.
She's all about the moment.
Yeah.
When
So
she's
it's
done, she's
very
done.
hit
It's
or
very
miss,
hit
yeah.
or miss.
Yeah.
I said, really, the only one that she like will genuinely interact with regardless is Alisha.
That's not entirely true.
Oh. Whatever. You're too close to that picture to know.
Oh. But so that's also the hard part. Again, I want to share her with the world because I think she's a beautiful, amazing soul and everybody should know her. But it is hard because she doesn't always show that to everybody. Which, and that you're right. It's not maybe for everybody to see. If you're not going to stick around to get to see it, then maybe you don't deserve to see it. But
yes, agreed. But he did. He mentioned, he's like, dude, she's super cute. And he's like, her wheelchair, purple, bro. And I'm like, right? I said, that's my favorite color. She looks so pretty in purple. Her and her mom both.
We are working on a new wheelchair though, and it's not going to be purple. And I'm so excited.
But he did. Like, he just brought, like, she's super cute.
She's excited too.
And he was like, what is she, like, he wanted to know, like, what would have been different I said, if she was acknowledging you, you would have totally known it, dude. Like, she'll try and pick her head up and look in your direction.
Mm-hmm.
She will make noises. I said, she may be nonverbal.
Or she'll wave.
I said, sometimes, I'm like, she'll move her arm and kind of wave. I said, she gets super excited and like kicks and kind of like pushes off of her wheelchair. And, she moves and stuff. And you can tell that she is excited. She's happy. She's interacting. I said, that was her completely saying, piss off. I have no fucks to give. Like, I'm done. I said, that's just how and who she is. Like, that's how she goes about it. And you know what? Honestly, if I could, I'd do that too. Like, it's not
Sometimes
socially
you're like,
acceptable,
I
but,
feel that.
just piss off. But
I mean, I know that was like
dude,
left
she's
field,
super cute. Like, and then one of the other guys I work with, he had to pick up his little girl from, I think, like daycare or something while his ex was still at work. So I got to meet her. She was 8 also and super shy. Super shy. Yeah, you silly Lily. But yeah, like she knows Spanish. She speaks Spanish very fluently.
Well, that's super cool.
And she's like 8 years. And this guy I work with, he goes, whenever I have her, we go to like Mexican restaurants. He's like, legit places like nobody speaks English. And she straight up, like, he goes, she orders everything. And it's all in Spanish. And it comes to the table and it's the best.
Well, damn.
And so I told her, I said, she was there. And I said, you speak Spanish? And she got behind his leg and kind of shook her head. And I'm like, that's really cool because when you get older, that'll help. Like that'll be a really good thing for you to know. But yeah, she's super shy. But she hung out for like an hour and she was just reading a Harry Potter book, sitting in a chair reading a Harry Potter book. And then she started watching Hocus Pocus 2 on her phone. So I asked her, I'm like, do you like Hocus Pocus? And my buddy was like, oh yeah, dude. She was jamming out to that last night. She's waiting for the second one now.
Oh, me and Piper watched the second one. And by me and Piper, I mean me, because Piper fell asleep. She was sleepy. I had just given her a bath and done all the things. But we did watch it, yes.
We've been watching all the like Halloween stuff, man. the Simpsons Halloween specials.
It's funny. Is Piper really likes like Mickey Mouse Halloween stuff?
Oh yeah.
She was loving that. Yeah, remember?
Oh yeah, with Donald and the twin or triplets, the Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Yeah.
But anyway, I think that was all we really had to cover. Was just prep for winter, and
We got the eye roll. It's time to go.
yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. I could feel it. I didn't even see it. I could feel it. Anyway,
Yeah.
thanks for joining us, and thanks for listening to us for a whole year.
Yes.
We appreciate
I am
it.
so
We love you guys.
excited.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Later.